Okay, this is going to be a video response to Just Ray 31, his 3 things WWE should change, and I'm going to title it 3 things WWE should change to improve their overall product. And I think it has to do with 3 dynamics, which I think was once in every single wrestling company back in the day, but over time I think that just slipped away. Knowing that the fans are loyal and the fans will buy no matter what shit you give them in the ring. WWE is a perfect example of that. I think other companies try to a point, maybe not very hard, but still try. But when you get WWE, for example, putting on 2 pay-per-views in a month, I think that's when you draw the line of we know, this is me talking as them, we know that we have them buying our stuff, so why not? Why not give it to them? The first thing is going to be proper build to a pay-per-view. Having 2 pay-per-views in a month, I think, is just absurd. Doesn't give any fans any excitement when a match is put on SmackDown on Friday and the pay-per-view is going to be on Sunday. Or when you just come fresh off a pay-per-view, instead of having an aftermath, you just start the build right away for the next pay-per-view by announcing a rematch. I was at Night of Champions, and Hell in a Cell was 2 weeks after. So, pretty much as soon as Night of Champions was done, it was like, okay, John Cena and Del Rio at Hell in a Cell. Or the Triple Threat match, sorry. And it was just, although the pay-per-view did have some surprises, I think, and not saying I bought it, but I think if I was in that position, out of the 12 pay-per-views or 13 or whatever WWE has a year, I would only be really into buying maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 max, depending on the card. I think this year so far I would have bought Money in the Bank, I would have bought the Royal Rumble, I would have bought WrestleMania, and I think that's it. Because nothing really sticks out to me. I'm sure I'm missing something, but the reason those 3 stick out to me is, because they were good. They had a build. Look at Cena and Punk at Money in the Bank. That was at least 4 weeks of build. That was enough to make I think a lot of wrestling fans buy into what they were doing. So there's a perfect example. WWE is capable of it, but they choose not to. And I like to compare the WWE to the Toronto Maple Leafs for a couple reasons. First being, they know what loyal fans they have. Toronto Maple Leafs is the highest franchise, the highest paid franchise in the NHL. They have the highest profit pretty much coming into them. They charge $250 for nosebleed seats. And the reason they don't go down is because they sell out every single night the Leafs are playing. So when you have something like that happening, of course they're not going to change. So now you put it in wrestling terms, if fans keep buying into the show, of course they're not going to change it. They're going to try pushing out as many pay-per-views as they can, knowing that fans are going to buy no matter what. So proper build to pay-per-view, I'm sure have one once a month, have one at the end of the month. That way you can go start from the month and you have that whole month to build. 3 weeks of build, doing it properly, can make anyone excited for any show. That's what, if I ran a company, I would have my pay-per-view on the last week of every single month. And those 3 weeks you have before that, you just build it up. You have you have Friday and Monday. 2 days to build up a show at the end of the month seems like more than enough time. Especially considering that you're now a super show. So you got guys jumping from brand to brand. You can't really get much better than that. Next, not so many gimmick matches. Now, I know they took out, was it TLC from this year and replaced it with Vengeance? Sure. Well done. At least they're starting to get it. That although it's cool to see, although the matches will pay off at the end because of their dangerous environment, people just, I think, want to see wrestling. They want to see 2 guys see who the better man is. Not have a chair, not be surrounded by a cage, not have something to do with anything. And I think that also makes the gimmick itself lose its value. Look at Hell in a Cell. That used to be the most violent, most anticipated gimmick match, I think, in WWE history. And then over time, it's just like, oh, Hell in a Cell. Oh, now you got 2 Hell in a Cell matches on the same on the same card. Oh, you know you're looking forward to a Hell in a Cell match, and sure, you have one Hell in a Cell match a year, no problem. But when you have a pay-per-view and you have 2 matches on it, it just takes away from everything. I think a last man standing match is another example of that. How many last man standing matches have we had in the past 2 years? Now I know it's more than like 4 at least. It seems like last man standing is now going to be the new, like, I want to say the new cage match or something. You know, it happens all the time now. It's kind of like you fast forward through, you know, you don't fast forward, but you forward through it. And when something good happens, you rewind it and then you watch it. That's how I personally watch TNA Impact. Actually, I don't even watch that. I lied. I'm a liar. So yeah, not so many gimmick matches. And last thing, and I think this is the most important, is listening to your fans. When you see a guy, and I'm not contradicting myself, but when you see a guy like Zack Ryder, who is getting a pop, why are you making him look like an idiot? Why won't you make him look credible? You know, because when a guy starts jobbing out like the way he does, and making himself look foolish, people are going to buy into it like, this guy's a moron, why do I like this guy? And some fans have already jumped on that ship, but another example would be guy who gets a big pop, Sheamus. Sheamus is now getting bigger pops than I feel Randy Orton at times. So why is this guy stuck in the shuffle? Why isn't he challenging for a world title yet? I'm sure it's coming, but why don't you capitalize on that before people lose interest? And I think that's what WWE does, is they wait too long, so when the time actually happens, no one cares anymore. Or at least a big majority of people don't care. Jeff Hardy's title reign is a good example of that. He had so many chances to win, and he lost, and he lost, and he lost, and he lost. And he wins it at a Joe Schmo pay-per-view like Armageddon. Then he loses it so quick after that, and then he wins it again, and he loses it, and he wins it. And it's like, once you have that happening, it's like no one cares anymore. So, that and the whole CM Punk thing, I think that they did a good job by bringing Punk and doing what they did, but now it's kind of slipping away from them. What else? That's about all I can really say. It has mostly to do with the young guys, I think. When they hear a guy like Daniel Bryan or Sheamus or who else? Evan Bourne getting the response they do, Kofi Kingston, do something with them. Why are they on Superstars? Although they may be good, but I don't think they're gonna be willing to go out. I don't think people will go out of their way to watch Superstars for Kofi Kingston. I think have him on SmackDown or have him on Raw, out of the tag team division, because tag teams failing all over the world. It doesn't matter if it's ROH, if it's TNA, WWE, it's all in the shitter right now. And there was a time where each company was on top of their game when it came to tag teams. But now it's just sunk and it's just floating like the Titanic. It's going to hit rock bottom faster than you think. There's another one, rock bottom. Take The Rock. People wanted him to come back. WWE brought him back. They listened to the fans. Although it might have taken a long time, and I'm sure The Rock was part of the reason why he didn't come back as fast. It's good that he's back. It's good that he's helping out WrestleMania, making it the match. One of the most anticipated matches of all time, and there's an example of a build. You want to talk about a one-year build, there you go. Take Steen vs. Generico, one-year build. Although ROH doesn't have pay-per-views every month, when they did have a match, they built it up very well. And it led to the big payoff and leading to one of the greatest matches in ROH history. So, there's my 3. Leave your guys. I'm sure everyone has their own opinion. And I'll see you guys next video.